Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my player ratings from our 2-1 win against Wolves at Molineux. Dean Henderson, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Dean Henderson organised the defence well. It was unfortunate for the goal. Didn't really have much to do. Dean Henderson is obviously now our #1 goalkeeper. We made the right decision putting him as #1 because in a lot of his games that he's been in goal for this season, he's been very, very good. You know, he's kept a lot of clean sheets, his distribution's been very good, he's made some good aerial claims and he's made very, very good saves. And Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. He did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He's also had other loan spells before. He's not going to be in goal for the Europa League final. It will be De Gea in goal. Solskjaer has confirmed that. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Dean Henderson. Brandon Williams, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought defensively Williams was good. Williams also had a very good chance in the game that produced a good save from Patricio. Williams doesn't really play a lot for us. I think it would be beneficial for Man United to loan him out, so obviously he can gain more experience and he can get a lot more opportunities. Williams did play a lot of games last season. That's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. At the start of the season, we did give Brandon Williams that number 33 shirt. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. Axel Tuanzebe, I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. I thought he looked well composed, read the game well, and blocked everything that Wolves had to offer. I think a lot of United fans will be now saying Tuanzebe needs to play in the Europa League final. You know, should we play Tuanzebe more often? Because he doesn't really play a lot. One of the best games I recall him having was the PSG game. So yeah, he's going to get an 8 out of 10 from me. Eric Bailly, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Pretty average performance. Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United not so long ago until 2024. There is an option of a further year. I am glad that Bailly's staying, but he is injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. So 6 out of 10 for him. Alex Telles, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he read the game well, made some good interventions, played a beautiful cross-field ball for Elanga in the first half. He was partly responsible for the goal. And I thought Telles got into some very, very good positions. Telles is obviously our second choice left back. When we got him last summer from Porto, we expected him to be our first choice left back immediately, but obviously didn't happen. Doesn't play that often, Alex Telles. So 7 out of 10 for him. Donnie Van Der Beek, I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. I thought he was superb in the first half. Weren't great though in the second half. Donnie Van Der Beek was the one that won the penalty. Saiz caught the back of Donnie Van Der Beek's foot. Initially, the referee didn't award the penalty, but obviously VAR checked it and they decided to give the penalty. You know, Van Der Beek doesn't get a lot of starts at Manchester United. So yeah, he's going to get an 8 out of 10. That's mainly reflecting on his first half performance. Nemanja Matic, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he protected the defence well, looked well composed. I thought he kept the ball well and he strung some good passes together. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but he still gets his chances. I think there's a good chance that Nemanja Matic is going to leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window. It recently said that Jose Mourinho wants Matic at Roma. You know, Jose Mourinho is keen on reuniting with the player because Mourinho's got a good relationship with Matic. We're willing to accept a cut price fee for him. I reckon we'll let him go for around 8.6 million. Corriere dello Sport have said we've got no problem with him leaving. But anyway, 7 out of 10 for him. Juan Mata, he's going to get a 8 out of 10. I thought his link-up play was very, very good. Obviously, Juan Mata started in that number 10. And Juan Mata scored from the penalty spot. It was a special moment for Juan Mata. You know, that could have been his last game for Manchester United. You know, Juan Mata could leave in the summer transfer window. But Solskjaer did say not so long ago that no decision has yet been made on Juan Mata's future. His current contract expires very soon. There is an option to trigger his contract for a further year. And Juan Mata did lose his mother not so long ago. Amad Diallo Traore, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he had some nice touches in the game. And I said Amad Diallo Traore looks a good asset for the first team squad. We got Amad Diallo Traore in a deal worth £37 million from Atlanta. We paid like £19 million up front. I think he scored 1 goal for Man United and that came against AC Milan. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. Daniel James, I'm gonna give him just a 5 out of 10. His cross for Elanga's goal was absolutely superb. But apart from that, didn't really do much, Daniel James, did he? He actually had a good chance in the game when he was one-on-one with Patricio, but he scuffed it. Daniel James has just come back from injury, so unfortunately just a 5 out of 10 for him. But it was good to see him get an assist, even though he didn't enjoy the best of games. Elanga, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Obviously, he scored our first goal. It was his first goal for Manchester United, and it was his second Premier League game. It was a superb header from Elanga. And I thought his movement was also very, very good. We brought substitutions on in the game. We saw Hannibal Medjber, if I pronounce his name correctly, come on. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. It was good to see him make his debut. Solskjaer did confirm prior to the game that he was going to be making his debut. We saw Sholo Shortire come on. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. And we saw Will Fish come on. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Will Fish made his debut. So that is your player ratings from our 2-1 win against Wolves. It was a very, very good win for Manchester United. Obviously, we played the reserves. We have now gone unbeaten away from home in the Premier League all season. So, we are the Invincibles. Which is good. It wouldn't have mattered even if we hadn't have won today, because it wouldn't have changed the complexion of things, because we've obviously clinched second place and obviously we're in the Champions League for next season. But it was good just to finish the season with a win, because prior to the game against Wolves, we were winless in our last 3 league games. This win against Wolves, though, gives us a lot of confidence going into the Europa League final against Villarreal. The Europa League is obviously our priority. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first major final as Manchester United manager, and it's our 8th European final. Solskjaer is looking to win his first trophy as Manchester United manager. You know, we haven't won a trophy since 2017. Not so long ago, Solskjaer held a special press conference ahead of the game against Villarreal. Obviously, give us an update on Harry Maguire. He said things weren't looking great with Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire is a doubt for the final. He's got ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. Obviously, Anthony Martial remains out. He's been out of an knee injury for a long time. Phil Jones, he's still out with injury. He's been out of injury over the year, but he doesn't get in our 11 anyway. Villarreal are not world beaters, but they are no pushovers, so we are aware of how much of a tough game it's going to be. But Solskjaer definitely did the right thing by playing a weakened squad today, because obviously the Europa League final is coming up. He played a weakened squad in the 2-1 defeat to Leicester not so long ago. That was obviously because of the fixture congestion. Some United fans believe that the second team is actually better than the first team. From a Wolves perspective, they'd have been disappointed. Wolves had 4,000 fans in the ground today. It was Nuno Santo's final game as Wolves manager. So he's lost his final game as Wolves manager. Wolves have endured a pretty poor season to their standards. Because, in recent seasons, Wolves have been very, very consistent. I think there was one season when Nuno Santo got them a 7th place finish. Don't forget, a couple of years ago, Wolves got to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years because they knocked us out of the quarter-final. Nuno Santo was at Wolves for quite a few years. Obviously, before he's managed Porto, he's managed Valencia, and he's managed Real. But you have got to give Nuno Santo credit, the way he transformed Wolves, in recent seasons. Wolves were obviously missing players today. Obviously, there was no Raul Jimenez for them. He's out with injury. There was no Neto. He's out with injury and he's one of their key players. There was no Johnny and there was no Podence. But they still had a pretty strong team out today, Wolves. Obviously, Adama Traore was playing, but he had to come off in the game, and William Jose had to replace him. Wolves got William Jose back in January. Obviously, Fabio Silva was playing. He got the assist for Nelson Semedo's goal. Obviously, Ruben Neves was playing for Wolves in the number 10 today. Ruben Neves is very, very good. Man United have been in for him before. The likes of Dendoncker and Moutinho were playing for Wolves today. I think Conor Cody was playing as well. But Wolves haven't been the same team since they lost Diego Jota. It was a bad loss for them, Diego Jota left Wolves last year to go to Liverpool. Jota's doing very well at Liverpool now. Don't forget they also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. And that was a bad loss for Wolves. Not long now until the summer transfer window opens, is it? I'm really, really looking forward to the summer transfer window. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. It's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players that he wants to recommend in the summer transfer window. The summer transfer window is going to be his 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants good backing, and I'm expecting him to get the backing he deserves. Because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge, who's been part of the club for a long time. Solskjaer recently demanded 3 new transfers in order for Man United to challenge Man City for the Premier League title next season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. But there is a lot of players that Manchester United are looking at. Obviously, there's been a lot of narratives coming out regarding Harry Kane recently. Harry Kane has ruled out a move abroad. He wants to remain in the Premier League. I think Kane will either go to Man United or Man City. Daniel Levy, Tottenham's chairman, he obviously doesn't want Tottenham to sell Harry Kane. because he knows how much of an imperative player he is. Daniel Levy was recently furious with Harry Kane for going public with his desire to leave earlier on this week. Harry Kane came out and said that he will decide on his own future, not Daniel Levy. But it said earlier on today that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is pushing to sign Harry Kane, and he's open to selling Anthony Martial. To leave space for Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane has effectively confirmed that he wants to leave Tottenham. Last week it said that he put a transfer request in. Man United, Man City and Chelsea have all been in contact with his representatives. Football Insider said not so long ago that Man United are prepared to offer Lingard and Anthony Martial in a swap deal for Kane. It's recently said that Chelsea have launched a bid and they're willing to offer Tammy Abraham and Arrizabalaga as part of a swap deal for Harry Kane. I'm very, very sceptical that Kane will go to Chelsea. It said not so long ago that Tottenham want 150 million for Kane. I'm very, very sceptical that Tottenham will get £150 million for him. I think at the most, Tottenham will get around £120 million. Can Man United afford 120 million for Kane? Ryan Mason, he recently dismissed suggestions that Harry Kane asked to leave Tottenham. Last week as well, it said that Man United and Man City were set to offer 80 million to Harry Kane in wages. Kane did have an interview with Gary Neville not so long ago regarding his future. The reasons I would take Harry Kane at Manchester United is because he's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. He's well proven in the Premier League. He'd fit into our team perfectly and he would assure us goals. So they are the reasons. Solskjaer is refusing to rule out Man United signing a new striker. So we still want a new striker despite Edinson Cavani signing a 1-year contract not so long ago. It said a few weeks ago that Harry Kane was ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers this summer. And he said the Glazers were planning to sanction a £90 million bid. Kane said quite a few weeks ago that he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. Kane has been at Tottenham for 17 years or so he's been a long-serving player. Came up their academy, been in their senior squad since 2009. Kane is under contract with Tottenham until 2024. And he's had quite a few loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. If we get Kane, that'll be a good signing for Man United. I know he's going to cost us a substantial amount, but still would be a good signing. We've done business with Tottenham before. We got Dimitar Berbatov off them a long time ago, and we got Michael Carrick off them a long time ago. Obviously, the news regarding Danny Ings from Southampton. The Daily Telegraph said last week that Man United inquired about Danny Ings from Southampton. And he says we are looking at Danny Ings as a target during the summer transfer window. We're basically seeing him as an alternative to Harry Kane. Oh, don't get me wrong, Danny Ings would be a much cheaper solution than Harry Kane. Probably Danny Ings would cost us in the £20 million range. He has just over a year left on his contract with Southampton. He's done very well at Southampton. He's been a revelation. Southampton paid around £20 million for him from Liverpool. There's a chance that Man United will sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. Like I updated you earlier on today, Jadon Sancho loves the prospect of joining Man United this summer. And the deal for Jadon Sancho could cost around £77 million, which is reasonable. The Jadon Sancho deal has been agreed. Apparently he's already agreed the contract and he has agreed the personal terms. He agreed the personal terms 12 months ago. Fabrizio Romano did recently say that Man United are interested in Sancho, but he said there's no official bid or no official talks yet. He said it's still an open race. He says Borussia Dortmund are ready to sell Sancho for around 80 million this summer. It'd be good business if we got Jadon Sancho on the board because he would dramatically improve us. Obviously, there's rumours of Cristiano Ronaldo possibly coming back to Man United. Solskjaer obviously wants Declan Rice at Man United. I'd certainly take him, and he's also interested in Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. We do need a centre half. We need someone who's going to complement Harry Maguire in our back line, and Rafael Varane certainly would do that. So there you go. I expect some players to leave Man United in the summer transfer window, but Solskjaer did recently say there may not be many outgoings as we first thought. You know, maybe 2, 3 or 4 will just leave in the summer transfer window. But yeah, there is still deadwood at the club. I've already gone through with you the players I think need to leave Man United in the summer transfer window. A lot of players are going to stay at Man United though in the summer transfer window, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware that next season is going to be massive for him, because next season Solskjaer has got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Man United manager. You know, if things start to go wrong next season, then there's a chance he will be sacked. You know, next season's going to be Solskjaer's 3rd full season at the club. This has currently been Solskjaer's 2nd full season, so now he's enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United, and he's been Man United manager now around 29 months, so that's over 2 years. But I've got to give Solskjaer credit, because I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. And I presume there's a lot of United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. He does deserve at least next season. Even if we don't win the Europa League, I'd still say keep Solskjaer, don't sack him, see what happens next season. But yeah, there's been a lot of United fans that have heavily criticised Solskjaer, and there's been a lot of United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. Obviously, they've got their reasons behind it, but I'll stick to what I've said in my other videos. I don't think he's the long-term manager for Man United. He has just got under a year left on his current 3-year contract. He said earlier on this season that Ole agreed a 3-year contract, said it's likely to be 2 years with an option of an extra one. But yeah, there's a lot of positives regarding Ola, like I've gone through with you before, but I do also have my concerns about him. He is certainly our best manager since Ferguson. So anyway, guys, the Man United Villarreal preview for the Europa League final will be coming up at some point tomorrow, so join me then. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.